Bill Kirby here. I was just sitting here practicing, and I thought I would just jump on for a minute and see how everybody was doing, and talk for a minute about the 6-string bass and the more important things that you can do with the 6-string bass, rather than just playing chords all the time. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you've already seen me play all the chords on the 6-string bass, and it's a ton of fun. I love doing that stuff. I'm probably never going to stop doing that stuff. But there's also more important things that we can do with a 6-string bass, that maybe not everybody has thought of yet. So when I first started playing the 6-string bass, I was actually playing in big bands, reading charts in big bands. And one thing that I discovered as I was getting more familiar with the 6-string bass is I was more able to not change positions, especially when I was reading. Especially a lot of those bass lines are right down here. Something, you know. And I started to realize that so many of these charts really like the likelihood of you reading this note is probably pretty slim. I mean, it may happen sometime, but really in a lot of the big band charts, the reading is maybe on an A at the highest over here, which means that 99% of big band playing can be played in the first 2 positions of the 6-string bass. I'm talking about big band, but I am going to switch it over to actually like the classical upright bass style. And I'm just going to show you a quick example of what I'm talking about using Bottesini's second etude in his method book. If you don't have that, check it out. It's a really good book, especially if you're getting into reading, especially if you're getting into trying to play more etude-like things on the bass. Have a look at what I can do here. You see what I did there is I really only had to play within these 2 positions on the bass. If I was doing that on a 4-string, I would already have to go up here. To get to that D, I would have to switch 1st finger, 5th fret on that C. And you should be working on your position shifts too. Even though we're playing a 6-string bass, we still do have to clean up those positions and make sure. Sorry, I keep ending up out of the camera, but I would rather you be able to see my fingers than the top of my head. So, that's fine. And you can explore different things with playing that C on the 5th fret, and then your D here if you're trying to get away from that open string sound. Especially again here on the bass guitar, we could totally close those positions and still be able to maintain, not use the open strings is what I'm trying to say, and we'll do it like that. No, I'm misreading it. I wasn't actually reading it. I was trying to do it from memory, and that's what we get sometimes. Ah. This is always the thing that I'm talking about. I hadn't really practiced it like that with, like, you know, with the for reals. So I hadn't really practiced it like that. But I'm always about being in here trying to get better, right? And so let's take that time, and being that we're in here and in a little bit of a lesson together, let's go ahead and do it. Let's we'll do it right here in front of the camera. Let's work this thing. With trying to eliminate those open strings while maintaining the first two positions on the sixth string. Here we go. And through practicing these kind of things, we start to get better at the things that we're still trying to work on. That's obviously really cleaning up those positions. Really cleaning up those positions is something that I'm trying to work on here. At the same time, we start to play around and we figure out what really works for us. And that B flat keeps really getting me, right? And that second change. So I'm kind of thinking, what if instead we decided to hit that open string part right there on the A after that B flat, because it just happens to be right there. There's almost no reason for us to go all the way over here, even if we're trying to like stick to these kind of preconceived ideas of like what we're like trying to do. And then holding ourselves to that when we start finding out that that's not working as well as we want it to. There's no reason to hold yourself to those things. We're just experimenting, we're practicing. It doesn't need to be so concrete. Let's try it again, because that's what I'm all about here, is trying it again. Here it is. Smooth. Oh, okay, fine. One more time. That's what I get for trying to talk and play at the same time. off right there. That's the other thing is, you know, the first part is starting to sound real clear, and I keep starting there, and really the part that I need to work on here is really starting at that B flat. That's where I really need to start getting at. So instead of starting at the beginning and hoping that I can remember to focus on the part that I actually want to work on, maybe we'll just start right there. We're all learning these things together, apparently. So here we go. Let's start right here at that top C. Now on the measure before we hit that B flat, we have that. If you want to get, it's like the first inversion C major. So this is just like a random thing. Hopefully you're not hearing all those geese out there. All winter the geese have been gone, and the weather started to warm up just a couple days ago, and these geese have been out here and they've been fighting. And of course I'm in here trying to do my lessons here online and trying to do this stuff, and then it's like I have these geese. Oh my goodness, about these geese. What are we gonna do about that? We're gonna get back to work is what we're gonna do. I think that's about it. I think that's about what I want to achieve with that. You just have to be really careful with that ringiness, because there can be a whole lot of extras in there. So you just have to be really really careful with your left hand muting, right, and also your right, and also your right hand muting. You'll notice that I'm over here and I'm kind of, you know, if you've watched the Jaco Pastorius video, you know, he talks about, you know, being able to put, you know, to mute the other strings with these fingers behind here. And I'm doing it kind of with a combination of these two fingers and also my thumb. You'll also note, like, you know, you can't really see it very well right here, but if I turned the instrument right here, I essentially, instead of having my thumb rested right here, I have my thumb almost usually one or two strings behind it, and then I can kind of set it up, and then I'm muting, you know, this area plus this area. And then there was somebody going off, so just like those geese. All right, so let's try to do this one more time, and let's try to really put this thing together. I'm going to start the etude kind of in closed positions, not using the open string. When I hit that B flat, that's when I'm going to transition into the open strings, and we'll see if we can make this nice and smooth. thank you so much for being here and just kind of exploring with me. Let me know if you enjoy these. I'd be happy to. I'm always in here practicing anyway, so I'm not teaching as many lessons these days. So if you're interested in just kind of hanging out and seeing some of the stuff that I'm practicing and connecting, please, give me a comment. Let me know what's up, and just thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. That's the YouTube way. So, it actually does really help. So, I'd really appreciate that. Share the video with your friends, and hopefully we all can get in here and just learn some things together. That's the most important thing. If we're in here learning together, it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 people, or if it's 50 million people. I really hope that all of you are doing well. Thank you for being here today, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for being here.